All right, guys. Um, it's been a few weeks, so I'm gonna go over a few guns first. Um, kind of been slacking. I did go to a indoor field and record some gameplay footage last week. Been kind of slow to edit that, so that should be out relatively soon. But first, let's go over some of the guns. So this is my FNX45. Um, I've had this for a while now. It's a beast. Only downside is mags cost a lot, and usually I would say okay, but for the fact that it's only a sidearm, and I do draw my sidearm a lot, just because I don't know. It's just a habit of mine. When I run out and I need to fire, I just, instead of reloading at first, I just draw my sidearm and shoot. But this is just, I use it from time to time, but primarily this is sort of my fancy gun. Always love the FNX45, of course, with an RMR. I like it. It's pretty damn accurate. Cycles hard, lots of recoil, very snappy. Just the fact that I don't feel like spending $40 per mag, so I don't really run it as much as I would like. And if I do run it, I don't use it too much because obviously I have one mag. Let's see. But yeah, that's my FNX45. Nothing really done to it yet. I do want to upgrade the inner barrel and bucking on it to a maple leaf. But that's going to be in the future. Besides that, all I've really done is put the armor on it. The gun I do use a lot is a G34. This is a WE G34 with a TLR1 HL. Super bright. Like really bright. Now, it's a WE. I know I like to say this a lot, that I hate WE, and I do. Out the box, WE sucks. So I do plan on upgrading this. So far it has upgraded nozzle return springs. It has upgraded recoil spring to a stiffer, I think both the nozzle return spring and the recoil spring are like 130%. Inside I do have a maple leaf Autobot bucking 80 degree and a maple leaf crazy jet 97mm inner, which this is how I pretty much got it without the TLR1 I put on. But the gun itself I got like this with some pretty good stippling. I really like it. I got this in a trade. So 97mm kind of made for a G17, maybe a G19. So I am going to get a longer one. Since it's G34, I can have an extra 20mm of inner barrel. So almost an inch of inner barrel. So I'm getting pretty much a whole new pop-up in inner barrel. I'm gonna get a 70 degree, because I've always had good luck with the 70 degree. Maple leaf Autobot bucking. I'm going to get a 113mm crazy jet inner barrel. That should be just long enough where it doesn't poke out or anything. Let's see. I'm getting a lot of upgrades for this. New sights. Gonna get dynamic precision gray metal magwell flare. I'm gonna upgrade the trigger, or not the trigger, the hammer unit inside here to RITEX steel with a ball bearing roller. What else? Get dynamic precision lightweight blowback unit, which is like only 17 grams, so it's pretty damn light. Also gonna get a garter reinforced enhanced nozzle, a garter steel slide lock latch thing, and yeah, I mean the sights are gonna be garter glow in the dark sights. And then the slide and outer barrel, which is probably going to be saved for last since it's not necessary. I'm going to get a garter aluminum and steel outer barrel kit. So the slide is going to be aluminum, because I don't need a steel slide and I don't want the slide to be sluggish or slow. I'm trying to go for a lighter slide, but not a plastic slide. So I'm not getting the steel slide, I'm just going to get the garter aluminum slide. And there's two reasons. One, WE, like I said, is trash. So I never really like to trust their metals. It's always been a very iffy thing. Their slides have been pretty good. I know on the M9 my slide has had a lot of issues, but for this I would like a good steel aluminum slide. So I'm gonna get a garter one. Second reason, it has these Glock trademarks are horrible. They're obviously fake because they're WE and they don't have license. So I'm gonna get a garter. The garter aluminum slide comes with more legit looking trademarks. So they don't have licensing, but they are a better company, I guess you could say, for counterfeiting. Ooh. But yeah, so this is my first sort of ever project pistol. So far it actually runs really well. When I first got it, it came with, let's see if I can find it. Came with this magazine, which I can't tell what brand it is. It just has Glock trademarks. And if I remember from my Elite Force or Umarex G17, I'm pretty sure that this is what this is. I'm pretty sure this is a Umarex G17 mag. Could be wrong. But this also came with a Tokyo Marui extended magazine, which is really nice because it's lightweight. But I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure, and from what I've experienced, is that the Umarex and the Tokyo Marui gas magazines were designed for a lighter slide. Tokyo Marui slides obviously being plastic, and Elite Force or Umarex Glocks, they're still aluminum slides, but I don't know what they do to them, but they're just super light. I remember when I had my my Umarex G17 Gen 4, it was a super light slide. So recoil was pretty low, it was very snappy, and when you had the magazine out of the gun, it was so light. It was a very light gun, empty. With WE, it's a very heavy slide. It's a lot heavier. So I think with these magazines from TM and an Umarex being designed for those slides, they don't need to expel as much gas per shot. But when I used them in this Elite with the WE G34, I couldn't tell at first, since I had nothing really to compare it to. I've had a WE Glock before, but I never had both at the same time to compare. So what I noticed was this slide would just, when shooting, you get 2 rounds off really fast, and then all the rounds after that, it was just a very sluggish cycle. So at first I thought, oh man, it's the WE G34. The slide is too heavy. I need to do so much work to get this going. And I didn't have any WE mags at the time. But then once I got the WE mags, I could tell off the bat it was the actual magazines. Something with Umarex and Tokumuri mags. I know you could probably put some high output valve in there or something, but at the end of the day, standard WE G17 mags are like $20, $22 each. Tokumuri and Umarex, they're like 40 bucks a piece average. I gotta say, the only thing I really like about WE are their magazines. They tend to be a little bit cheaper than other brands, and they work. Never really had any issues with WE mags. I've had a couple leak, but out of the dozens of mags I've owned, they held up really well. For instance, this Umarex mag is leaking from the fill valve, and I tightened it the other day and it's still leaking, and so I don't know what's going on with that. It's just leaking everywhere. But whatever. I don't really use this anyway, because I got the WE mags now. Yeah, wait a minute. Pretty sure the Umarex mags have the 3 screws on the bottom instead of the 1. So yeah, this is a Umarex mag. But with WE mag, super snappy. I was about to fire some shots off, but my neighbors don't like me, so I'm not gonna do that. Alright, so those are my pistols. This is my work in progress. I'll probably do a few build videos when I get parts and install them, so have that. The next gun we're going to talk about is my FAL. Well, technically it's not an FAL, it's an SA58 made by DSA. Little quick history lesson. FALs were banned to be imported into the United States because I'm pretty sure of the Hughes Amendment. Pretty much any weapon that wants to be imported into the United States for civilians has to be a sporting rifle. So hunting rifles and hunting shotguns, stuff like that. So that's why you can still get foreign guns into US, like, you know, Benelli and some other companies, but for the FAL you couldn't, because they were not a sporting rifle. So in order to get FALs in the United States, I could be wrong, but a company named DSA got the licensing from FN to produce FALs in the United States, and when they were made in the United States, they were called the SA58. This is a Classic Army CA58, Classic Army 58. But Classic Army is always nice. It's got SA58 made in the USA, serial number, don't mind this damage. Yeah, DSA. LK Barrington, Illinois. This is a full metal gun. It's the wrist version or the para version with the folding stock. This is a cheek riser because I was using an ACOG, but it folds. You just pull down, and boom. This has been pretty much my CQB gun, and pretty much my first AEG. My 240 was an AEG, of course, at first. I used it once as an AEG, but I never really owned any other AEGs and actually used them a lot as an AEG. So if I go any technical, you know, blurting with about AEGs and I'm wrong, forgive me. I started and learned on gas blowback rifles and pistols, so I know the basics of AEGs from my RC trucks and stuff, like gears and batteries and stuff like that. It's a version 3 gearbox, I know that. Actually, the gearbox in here is a JG Works gearbox. I got it from my friend's SA58 SA58 that he got from I don't know where, but he lent me, or he pretty much gave me his gearbox from his gun, because I got this used with no gearbox inside. So I did get this Classic Army for pretty damn cheap. I think I got it for like less than 200, I want to say. I do still kind of want to Daytona this, because Daytona all the way. But I might keep it as AEG for my indoor gun. Daytonas you can use indoors, but you need a special air shaft or pretty much a whole new bolt for running CQB type FPS without running the PSI too low. So I might just leave this as AEG for a while. So I usually use like an 8.4 NIM battery. It's been pretty snappy. I like it. But damn Polar Star boys and damn whatever speed softers and shit, I'm not gonna lie, they fucking wreck my ass, because this is a stock gearbox. Even with like an 8.4 volt NIM battery, you know, it's still pretty good cycle rate, but when you're going against like Polar Star and people with crazy modded guns and shit, like it's just not gonna happen. So I do plan on getting a V3 Titan Gate MOSFET advanced version. Friend's gonna install it for me and do some work on the gearbox and upgrade it a little bit for me, since I am not good with gearboxes. The other issue is that since it's a folding stock, it's front wired, and I'm sure that's not that rare, but from what I've heard and from what he's told me, it has been done, but most V3 gearboxes are on like AKs or something, or guns with like a full stock. So usually they're rear wired, but this one has to be front wired. And I spent like a good hour grinding and drilling and cutting to make this front wired right here. I don't know how this gun was front wired before, since I got this pretty much boneyard with no gearbox. So I don't know how it was front wired, but I made it work. I did my own work and made it front wired. You can see the wire right there go up over the hop-up unit. It goes through the gas tube and comes out here. But yeah, I got some upgrades coming for this. It'll be fun. MOSFET seems pretty cool. Very new to the AEG field, so I don't really know much to tell you besides what I plan on getting installed. Yeah, those are the newer guns. The WE Glock and the FAL are pretty new. I've had them for, the Glock I've had for like about a month, and the FAL I've had for a month or two. I know I say I hate AEGs, but we'll see. With this MOSFET coming in, for indoors, I definitely like it. For outdoors, probably not. Outdoors, I'll probably still run gas blowback. But, oh, if you guys know where to get metal or aluminum FAL V3 hop-up units or G3 hop-up units, please let me know, because it is kind of hard to find FAL/G3 hop-up units right now, at least when I looked. All right, if you guys have any comments, questions, if you have any like suggestions, leave a comment, and let me know what you guys want to see. I'm gonna be trying to do more gameplay videos, but just editing them is a pain. My wife likes to use my computer, and I have a full-time job, so don't really have a lot of time to edit. I don't know how these other YouTubers do it, but I don't know. But yeah, please like, subscribe, all that stuff.